Hello again. This is the second installment in updating and enhancing your listing on TravelDubuque.com. If you have yet to claim your listing here, you're going to want to take a step back and go to the claim your listing information that we have on TravelDubuque.com. So that way you can claim your listing and you have access to the admin area where you can make your changes. If you have claimed your listing, great. I'm going to show you how to do that here now, how to update everything. So what you need to do is go to TravelDubuque.com, and really you can be on any page within the site. You're going to want to make sure you've got your email from us that gives you your username, password, and all that fun stuff. So to access the login area, you're going to want to click here. I actually, for these purposes, have already logged in. So I'm just going to show you what the login looks like. Oops, that's not right. Right here. This is what the login page looks like. So you'll just type your username here, password here, log in, and you'll be taken to this page here. So this is the back end of the admin side for listings for TravelDubuque.com for partners. You'll see that there's a My Items tab, which is where all of your listings will be located. At this point in time, you can only have one listing per organization, or per email. So for example, the CVB would have one listing, which means one email address for the CVB, and one listing and one email address and one separate account for the Welcome Center. This is the best way to ensure privacy and to make sure that information is kept completely separate, because while they have relevant information that relates to each other, there really should be a separation between the two. So you do have to have multiple email addresses for multiple listings. So to edit your listing, you're going to want to come out here, and to actually edit a listing, you're going to want to click here, and you can see that when I hover over it, it says Edit Iowa Welcome Center. Trash will delete it, and View will just take you out to the front end, what a visitor would see. You can see all of this information: title, image, address, categories, locations, SEO title, meta description, focus keyword. These things are really not things that you're going to want to worry about. This is how we can enhance the search results in like Google and Bing. So the main thing that you're going to worry about here are these first three: the Welcome Center, image, address, and then within here there's even more information with descriptions and things like that. But everything else can be taken care of by us at the office. If you ever have questions about it, we'd be happy to answer those, but just know that it's not really something that you have to worry about at this point. So when you click on your listing, you're going to see lots of options here. You can change the name of your listing. If you're going to do that, I would really recommend you get a hold of us. If you feel that your name needs to be changed, I would appreciate if you'd let us know, just so that we can make sure we're making those changes across the board. This is the information we use for the visitors guides, meeting planners, group tour planner, anything that we do, we publish this information based on a database, and that database is tied to the website. So if you're changing your name, we want to make sure that we get that changed across the board. So I would be very grateful if you could let myself know, Taylor Kellogg, Director of Marketing at the CVB office. So if we scroll down here, this is where you can actually update your listing. I could type more information here if I wanted to. I can delete information. If I wanted to link to a separate website that I've got, I can do that here. Let me see here. This will actually give you, they call it show or hide the kitchen sink. So this gives you even more information, but to link, you would click here, type in the link that you might want. It'll automatically add that link. Alright, so if I wanted to add a media, if you watched the screencast prior to this one, you saw that McCoy Jewelers did a really great job of creating a gallery of images for their organization, for their business, of their products and services, and gave visitors a really good idea of what it is that they have to offer. So if we go to add media, we can actually do that ourselves. You each have a user media library, so while our site has a way bigger library than this one, because I'm logged in as a single user, I only have the photos that I've uploaded previously, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is to select these images. First of all, you'll probably need to upload files, so you'll want to do that here, and it's pretty simple. You can select files, so it'll actually open a dialog box where you can select photos. Otherwise, you can actually take files and drag them into here. Going back to the media library, this is where those photos show up after you've uploaded them. So if I wanted to insert one single photo, I would select it, make sure that the check mark is here, insert into post. Alright, so it's going to insert one big picture. If I want to preview what I'm doing without actually publishing it for visitors to see, I can hit preview changes. It's going to open up another box, and it's going to show me what that looks like. Now this isn't what a visitor is seeing because we have not published this. So this is what it's going to look like. Now the reason these two are the same is because I've set this image as my featured image. If this were the Arboretum photo that you saw in the library, then this would be the Arboretum photo. This would be the photo that's shown right now. So that's a way of inserting just one photo. If I go back to the edit screen, I can delete this just by hitting delete. And then I'm going to want to scroll back up here and go to add media. Now if I want to create a gallery, I do just that. It's going to take me back to the media library. Again, I can upload more files. And then I'm just going to select all the photos that I want. If I had a bigger library in here, I can pick and choose what I want to show and what I don't want to show. And I'm going to go to create new gallery. Here it's going to give me some information. How many columns I want it to show in, if I want them all to be big photos and all one stacked on top of each other, or if I want to do it 2 stacked on top of each other, 3, etc. Because I only have 2 photos, that's how many I'm going to select. And this is what it's going to show you. It's going to show you this sort of dummy image here. It's not going to show you the actual photos. Now if I go back to preview changes, which is the really handy part about all this, you can test what you want to do before having to actually make it go live. And here's my gallery. Now it's being pushed over because of this image, but I would recommend you add some more text. It'll sort of work itself out. If I was spending more time on this, I'd make sure that it all flows perfectly, but I think you get the idea. And if you have any questions, you can always give me a shout and I'll be happy to help you. So going back to the edit, you've seen that we've added a gallery, a single image, so I'm going to leave that be. You'll see that you've got the option to change your categories. I would highly recommend that you don't. Please let us know if you want to change those categories, and we'll be happy to talk about that with you. This will mess with the navigation of the website, so if you inadvertently select something and it deselects the category, you won't be found in that category when somebody looks through the menu. So I would highly recommend that you leave this alone, unless you feel that it's something that's critical, but at the same time I would really appreciate a phone call, because again, these categories all correspond to, categories in the visitor's guide, categories in other publications. So we want to make sure we've got you listed where you need to be. So please give us a call. If anything, this might give you a good idea of what other categories there are and what you might actually fit into that you aren't currently in. So please let us know where we can put you for that. SEO we're going to ignore. Alright, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to remove the featured image. I've already set that, but we're going to pretend that I've just come out here and nothing has been shown. So it's the same thing as adding an image or gallery in your listing description. I'm going to select the building here, and it will load here, and that'll automatically set it as your featured image. Address, if you're not currently on the map, you're going to want to do find address, and it will then show up for the search results. For example, here. And these are the latitude and longitude that's automatically generated from that search. Telephone, email. If you want them to be able to contact you directly, make sure you have this checked. If you don't, leave it off, but those emails that are sent in via them clicking on the button, I'll show you here, will go directly to the email listed. So if you want them to be able to contact you, I would recommend doing that. You can place your opening hours here, and then any other alternative content that you want your visitors to see. And Proudly Accessible Dubuque is a partner of ours. We work with them to ensure that our visitors are aware of what Proudly Accessible Dubuque is and the businesses that are proudly accessible. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not handicap accessible if you aren't filling this part out, but it does explain it. If you are, if you put yes in there, it will explain what it is, and that it's not necessarily meaning that it's ADA compliant or that you're handicap accessible, that you are Proudly Accessible Dubuque. So if you are, we've put that in there via the database that they have provided to us. So you're just going to want to fill in yes. If you're a lodging property, you're going to want to fill out this lodging amenities section, number of rooms. You'd want to put in a number. Same with number of suites, here, here. Now, these amenities that are specific, that don't have a number that would be associated with them, you're going to actually want to put airport shuttle, because this is exactly what will show up on the front end. Now, if you're airport shuttle during business hours, or your airport shuttle 24/7, you can absolutely customize that and add that in. Same with all of these other fields. But you're going to want to make sure that you don't just enter in yes, because this is what shows up at the front end, and a visitor isn't going to know what yes stands for, because the internet access label will not be there. So you'll need to put internet access, and perhaps that's paid. That's something that you have to pay for. So you can absolutely put that in there. I think you probably get the gist here. Same with wine and dine, breakfast. If you only serve breakfast on the weekends, perfect, fill that in. But you will want to put breakfast, lunch, dinner. Same with the nature and outdoors. You're going to want to fill that in as it's listed here, and then customize it if you have a beach that is only open during certain times of the year, obviously, but you know, anything that has any caveats. Same with sports and recreation. If you're a venue that offers sports and recreation amenities, then go ahead and fill that out. And that's pretty much it. These other fields really aren't going to benefit you. It's more for our administrative purposes. And then we would hit update. I am not going to do that because we made some changes here that I don't want to show on our listing, but once you would do that, you would go out to the listing that you're trying to update, and you will be all set. Like I said, if you run into any glitches, please let us know. But for the most part, that is the gist of updating your listing. And going forward, anytime you have any changes, you can go ahead, come to the partner login, fill in your username and password, and you'll be taken back to the admin homepage for yourself. If you have any questions, again, give me a shout, and I hope this was helpful. Thanks.